Alright guys, we continue our series of videos on the De La Riva guard. For those of you that don't know, maybe you're just watching this video, there's a bunch of videos on the Gracie Barra Dana Point Martial Arts YouTube channel. You can go there and subscribe. We're uploading videos every Tuesday, okay? And it's our hope that this series of videos are gonna help not only our students here at Gracie Barra Dana Point, but any Gracie Barra student, every Jiu-Jitsu student all over the world. I'm not an expert in the De La Riva guard, let me tell that up front, but I'm a curious black belt who's always researching into the new stuff so I can add it to my game and also so I can fulfill my duties as an instructor. Jiu-Jitsu is developing so fast, you know, you gotta work to stay updated and make sure you help your students stay updated so when they go out compete, they can do well, or if they want to practice, they make sure they practice the best jiu-jitsu there is, right? So the techniques I'm going to show, they're pretty updated. I actually learned a few of these grips on the last training camp for Gracie Barra. Okay, so the grip that I'm going to show you is a continuation from the last video, and I'm going to show you some other resources you have from that setup. Okay, I'm here with our favorite coach, Fernando. So here we go. So, if you're still struggling with the concept of the De La Riva, I suggest you go back on some other videos, okay? I'm just going to assume you already know what the De La Riva guard is, and I'm going to be working from there, all right? So, the grip setup we had is, one of them is collar and sleeve, okay? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to establish a grip with the lapel that's going to make the De La Riva more controlled. So I don't have to spend as much time and energy recovering if he fights his way out of it, okay? So I'm going to drop my hand, I'm going to loose up his lapel. Notice that I still have his sleeve, okay? This shouldn't take as long once the gi loosens up in the middle of the training session, all right? Now this one is going to come under your calf, and you have the grip over here. Now, what this does is, once you regain the control over the collar, you can relax this leg a little bit so you don't need as much control. Plus, it makes it much harder for him to pass your guard this way. Just because you have this type of control, you're controlling his posture, you're controlling his leg, okay? So, the attack we're gonna do from here today is gonna look like this. He is using that hand, okay, to push my foot down. Start this way. So, okay, even though I'm controlling him, he's still using that hand to push my foot down, all right? I want to avoid that from happening, okay? So from here, as soon as he lands his hand on my pants, trying to push my foot down, I'm going to bring my knee up to my chest, okay? Then I'm going to circle it in, and I'm going to step on his arm. Now I can let go of the collar and control the sleeve. So we have a mix of the spider guard and the De La Riva guard, all right? I have several options here. One of them is I can extend, so I create a little bit of space, okay, for this foot to start coming in. And then I'm going to scoot myself underneath him. The foot that is on the floor is going to come and step on his hip. So let's change the angle again. Okay, so this foot's on the floor. I'm going to step on his hip. Now, the foot that was on the biceps is going to come in between his leg, and I have a lot of push to take him down that way. From here, I could just let it go, and I just move it into a foot lock, or I can focus on moving my hip out and getting on top for the sweep. Another option I have, so we're going to do that same setup. Another option I have, once I set up the spider guard, I like to use it when he blocks, so this elbow is blocking the way of this leg coming in. See, so it's hard for me to swing that leg in. Once he blocks with the elbow, I regain the De La Riva, and I'm going to step up, bringing his foot close to me so I can grab. All right? Once I grab, it's just like a basic pull feet sweep. I'm going to drop my legs against his knee to make him fall. All right? Now at this point, you continue with your grips. You're going to circle the first leg in, push it up so he can't come up before you do. All right? Then the second leg is going to come, and you do like a technical lift into his guard. All right? So let's take a look at these two attacks again. So I have the collar and sleeve De La Riva set up. My hand's going to slide down to his lapel. I'm going to loose it up, and I'm going to deliver it. Don't forget that you have to regain control over that collar. Change the angle real quick. Now, see how Coach Fernando is already grabbing my leg? His goal is to fight through my guard by pushing it down. I'm not gonna let that happen. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna bring my knee up to my chest so he can't push my knee between his legs, and then I'm gonna create this space for that foot to become the spider hook. You gain control over that sleeve. Okay, if his hip is back, you can just swing your leg in, and you go for the over underguard. This foot drops, and you push. Or okay, so I have this set up. I'm gonna bring my knee into my chest. I'm gonna set up the spider hook. Okay, then I'm gonna make him do a big step forward. Look, he's blocking. Big step forward, so I can grab that foot and I push. Okay, at this point, try to sit up and use that momentum. Circle your leg in, and you wanna trap it, so I'm pushing my shin while I pull against his leg, while I pull his leg into me. The second leg is gonna come in, and you do a technical lift. And you're ready to pass his guard. So that lapel creates security. It gives you more control over the De La Riva guard, because De La Riva gives you great control as long as you keep switching, okay? If you feel like you're getting tired, you feel like you need a little bit more control, grab the lapel and explore your options from there. There's a lot of stuff you can do once you have that grip, and it's a great way for you to rest a little bit from there. Thank you, Coach.
Welcome, Professor.